We have a piece of rolling artwork today. Look at how gorgeous this car is. When I was a little kid growing up here, this is what our showrooms were filled with. Absolutely stunning. This is a full classic as certified by the Classic Car Club of America. Matter of fact, it's won a couple of very prestigious awards. A Premier Award, first prize from the Classic Car Club of America, and the Cadillac LaSalle Club Senior Award. This is a high-end restoration, and it looks like it was done last night. It's not some old 30-year-old restoration with crackled paint and dingy in the nooks and crannies. I mean, this was no expense spared. Absolutely gorgeous. We'll tell you all about it. You can also go to volocars.com to look at 200 classic cars, all for sale. Each one will have a price tag and a monthly payment, including this 1929 LaSalle right here. But for right now, let's go for a spin. Yeah, again, I've grown up with the classics. We had Packards and Duesenbergs and all the fancy cars. This is one of the nicest restorations I've seen in a long time. It's the nicest restoration I've seen on an old car in probably decades. All the body work is fantastic. Absolutely clean, straight metal. Doors fit real nicely, a little snug, but they don't sag at all. These are made of wood structures, and very solid, sturdy. The paint is polished like glass. I'm looking around it. I told you there were no cracks. I better make sure of that. I haven't seen any. And it's just like glass everywhere. I don't see any issues. Beautiful color combination. You wouldn't put this on in today's car, but back then they were very colorful. This is a proper color scheme for that era. Two-tone like bluish green with the orange pinstripe, the caramel type painted roof, and all of this along the bottom. Everything is fantastic. Nice and solid. You got vents that open here on the side of the cowl. The windshield actually rolls up a couple inches to keep that fresh air going through. They didn't have air conditioning back then. I love this tinted glass visor with the chrome handles, or brackets, I should say. It has lights up on the fenders. Beautiful big headlamps. Little like red glass indicator on the side. I think that would be to let you know that they're on from in the car. It has a louvered grill. Um, Gorgeous. Got one horn over on that side. Louvered hood. And these are very prestigious. I remember when I was a kid, if a car came in with one of those on it, that was the best of the best. Now, the term classic is thrown around quite a bit. Classic Car Club of America made up a list of actual classics, and this is one of them. That gives it a whole nother prestige level. And I think the last classic was in the 40s. It's called a two-door sedan. I love the humpback trunk. It's a 5-passenger. They did add a brake light here for safety, even though this has 2 tail lights. The Model A came with 1. This has 2. The bumperette, because there's a spare tire in the middle, a locking spare. Back then you needed spares. There were gravel roads. You were always replacing tires. Speaking of that, they're big, nice white walls, not old yellowed and crackling. The rims are restored just beautifully. Even under the fenders are all painted. This was a body off. The underneath looks like this type of quality. And I'm telling you, all the chrome is show quality chrome. Everything about it is absolutely stunning. They have vinyl tops in the middle. That was to save metal, save money. That's why they have the vinyl in the middle. That's the way they came. Electric wipers. That's pretty fancy. This would have been a very prestigious car back in the day. A 29 Model A was a lot smaller and a lot more simple than this car right here. So why don't we open it up? I'll show you what an inside of a 29 LaSalle looks like. All right, I've got the trunk open here. I'm just noticing all the ornate details. And check this out. Genuine leather laced covers over the springs. Underneath, it's all laced like a football. Just that little extra touch that you'd get on a quality car. Here's the lock for the spare. And inside the trunk, you can see is all refinished and carpeted in the correct type of carpet. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the bell icon. You'll be notified when these videos are posted. Literally every little detail I look at is fantastic. Door jambs are all painted. They didn't use weather strips back then. They call it like a mohair upholstery. See the nice door panel and see the ornate window cranks and handles. And then there's wood trim around the window itself. And then once you get inside here, even the dash, all beautifully restored, all the screws and hardware and levers. Its turn signals have been added, so they didn't have them back then, so that's a nice feature. Look at how the dash is restored. Optional clock. Look at all the gauges, the odometer. Normally the numbers are all flaky and crusty. I think one of these is a light. Yeah, there's a light right here. That's what lights it up. And this one is too. I think it's upside down. This here, you know what this is? It's your cigarette lighter. I think once you pull it out, that's what activates it and turns it on. And then nice kick panels. There's the cowl vents that open up. Comes with some literature, so you can work on it yourself. Nice seats. This folds forward, so you can easily step into the back. All the carpeting's done real nicely. I think if you were to get in back, you'd do it from this side. All the upholstery is in excellent shape. Doesn't stink. There's not mice living in here. And look at this, window shades. All three windows have window shades. I don't know if they used to like to make out or what. Interior lights work. That blew me away when I opened the door and I'm like, oh my God, the lights are on. Headliner, all really nice looking. Oh, right back here, Russell, too. I forgot these rope straps that just to help get in and out. Oh, and you got to show that. I'm sorry. I think they call it a vanity. There's a little mirror, ashtray. Nice features. You can't see it, but this seat, there's a chrome handle in the middle here, and you crank it, and the seat will go forward or backwards. I was cranking it earlier, and the seat slowly rolls back and forth. 3-speed on the floor with the chrome e-brake handle. Restored steering wheels, not some old crackled steering wheel. And this is where you put on your lights. And then down here, the pedals, LAS, that says LaSalle. And then if you look down on the running board, it matches. Take a little bit longer than they normally do because I just love this car. So it's a V8 motor. A Model A was a 4-cylinder. This would be the size of the Model A motor. Now it's big V8, 328. That's the model of the car, so that's what they call it. The VIN number is stamped on the motor. Look at how the manifolds are porcelain coated. There's everything about this really nice, all detailed. Runs smooth. Does have a battery disconnect switch. All right, I think Michael is going to take you outside and just show you that it runs and drives, and then we'll talk about the underneath. So I don't know what specs to tell you about the underneath, but I can tell you it looks like a model car. It was completely apart, every single piece of it, and restored. You look up at the motor, it's clean. It's a 3-speed manual transmission that's clean. Nice exhaust system, but full nut and bolt body off frame restoration. This is from an estate. The gentleman was in his 90s, had several cars. We were lucky to get this one right here. Go to volocars.com if you want a piece of rolling artwork and talk to the salesman. They'll answer your questions like how to get this delivered to your door and how to get it financed if you need that. Thanks for watching.